Whoa, how y'all doing out there? This is your man, Nico B, and this is The Black Effect. This is an important topic. Hit that like and subscribe button, first of all. Donate to the Cash.app if you so see fit. And I want to get into this quickly because, like I said, this was one of these things we need to talk about in the world, man. Like, clout chasing has went crazy, man. Like, Sean recently, in the case of a man named Sean Reed, we seen that he was pretty much filmed his own demise on Facebook Live. Filmed his own death, running from the police officers, running from police. And with the information we have, they say that he also shot at police officers, but before that he was shooting at into random houses or something like that. And this is what I'm saying. And the police officers ended up shooting him and killing him. They tased him first, and he also they say he fired at the officers, and they had to kill him. Now these things, we see them happening on. This is new though. Like, we see these things play out on Facebook. We see these things play out on Instagram. We see these things play out on TikTok. We see these things play out on social media. Period. Like, wherever people can upload, they recording everything. People are recording everything these days, and it's a gift and a curse. Like, it's great to have the technology to be able to protect yourself, but what it does now is try to make everyone feel like they have to go the extra mile because they're being watched. It's like that video game Smash TV. And if you looked at Sean Reed, I don't know if I'm not gonna jump to say he was on something. We gotta find that out. But he definitely was looking like he was treating it like a video game. The way that he was laughing, the way that he was talking and moving, trust me, I come from the environment. I know how it goes. I've been him, but by the good grace of God, that I was saved, and God had, other plans. And also, I never did anything like that. I'm not gonna say I was, I've never shot at police or anything like that. I've never done that. I'm not gonna front. Not to say that I don't advise it, but not to say that if somebody in the Tupac situation that, those situations aren't justified sometimes. So, I'm not saying that. But back to what was the point. He was treating it like a video game. Like, he was like I said, once again, talking to people, telling the play-by-play, saying exactly what he was gonna do, and doing exactly what he said, saying that he was gonna shoot at the police. He said that I'm finna get out and run. He said, I got that stuff on me. Of course I can't. He said I can't go back to jail. I don't like jail. Who likes jail, man? But, at the end of the day, like I said, I've been there. But you gotta, and that was another thing. When I was doing that stuff, I at least accepted the rules to it, and the consequences of it. And he seemed to do the same thing. He seemed to do that. I'm not saying, and that's not a good thing. The mindset that he's under is a shame, and that's my point. It's a sad thing of the mindset, and look at what listen to what he was listening to whom he was listening to. I'm not trying to, demonize, these rappers, but Young Dolph, you should definitely come out and say something, bro, because that's all he was listening to is Young Dolph, trap music. What was the name of one of them? You could listen to the song yourself, watch the video yourself, man. It's an hour-long video. This all was recorded, and while the man was laying there dead, this young Dolph was popped back on and was playing again. While the cops didn't turn it off. This was eerie. This was sad, but this goes to show you this is the sound. It's all symbolic. This line that God He uses and shows us these situations, for us to learn. It's symbolic to the soundtrack to being the soundtrack of our life. Get some money, chase a bag to go give to some thotty, move some packs. That's like the whole soundtrack of Atlanta right now, of my people, man. And shoot out a nigga. Your first reaction is violence, things like that. All in the search of money, man. All in the search of money. And the Lord has just shown us these things, like I said, for us to learn. But we try to, as black people, man, we try to jump to conclusions and defend everyone. And I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with having, any life lost is a sad thing. Any soul lost that's not saved, to me, is a sad thing. You know what I'm saying? Any life lost abruptly, like in violence like this, that's bad. Dude, you get it? Like, so dude wasn't praying at the time. He wasn't saying anything like that. He was telling you exactly what he was gonna do when he did that. It's very eerie that young Dolph, like I said, that he was listening to in the car was playing and then turned right back on when he ended up dying, like after he was shot. Now, like I said, with these cases, when they come up, we don't want to cry wolf. Like there was an attorney on YouTube who was saying that when his real cases, he does have real cases of racist violence occurring. This still occurs. And what I try to do, and this is why I just try to stick with the Spirit of God, stick close to the Spirit of God, stick with Jesus Christ, man. And because that wave and that line of thinking and that spirit will show you the truth, not keep you in all of these keep you distracted. This is what's the problem. A lot of you are distracted because you're not focused, and the same thing is happening with what's going on today with this COVID stuff. On a side note, people don't know what's going on, but the people of God get that it's a battle between good and evil. It's two groups of people and now what's happening is they getting coming closer and closer together. So you're starting to be able to see you're starting to be able to pinpoint those who have discernment, who is, on the side of good, and who's on righteousness, and who's on the side of evil and sacrificing people and things like that, and not having your best interest. So what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna actually I can't defend the actions of Sean, leading up to the shooting, and I'm also not, and I'll leave it up to the court to defend, the actions of the police officer. If he actually did have, if he actually had a gun and fired at them, then the officer tased him first. You gotta commend him. That's double tough. That officer deserves not to be fired, but he deserves some type of award. Like, you see how if you thinking wrong, the scenario, see if you just thinking blickety black, and you ain't got, and you disingenuous, and you don't have the discernment of God yet, and you just see that situation, and you get the story misconstrued, and you'll hear the story like this, unarmed black man shot down by cops while running. That's it. That's all you'll accept. Anything other than that, you'll fix your mind not to accept. Now the gun is a plant. Now They tased him and shot him on the ground. Now the cops are just, flat out murderers. And like I said, the tase that was shot wasn't a good thing. That's ridiculous. See, but that's what I say. A lot of us do that. A lot of us are so emotional, man. We need to come together. That's why everyone can't be leaders, or everyone shouldn't be. Everyone shouldn't be. And it's sad to say, but it's not to say everyone shouldn't have an opinion, but everyone's opinion shouldn't be taken. Should be taken at its own merits, man. Like, take it with a grain of salt, really. I mean, you shouldn't listen to everyone, but you got social media. Once again, people come with these false narratives, these emotional responses, and they just, they don't want to get to the bottom of things. A lot of people, let's be real, a lot of black people they're racist too. I'm not one of them to be like that black folks can't be racist. I was at first, but no, my people can be bigots. Let's just say that. My people can be bigots also. They can be very bigoted, and one-sided. You understand? Like, you literally got groups of black folks out here claiming that the white man is the literal devil and that he's gonna be licking black people's boots. Like literally in heaven and starting on earth. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Stop, man. God already said that they could be grafted in. I don't want to hear it. I can go find you the scripture. I have the Bible right here. I just shouldn't have to do that. You already get it. But see, being disingenuous is funny. How you want to pick your own narrative, man. That's black, white, Hispanic, Arab, anyone, Chinese, Arab, Asian. It doesn't matter. People. It doesn't matter what the race, the tribe, the group. People, man, it's gonna be good and evil, and that's why right now. Well, I'm like, man, my shout out to my man Ayo Kaseko. That's why I'm like him, bro. We gotta start, and shout out to the man Amazing Lucas too. We gotta get to the bottom of these cases, and it's happening now because, see, now you can start to pinpoint who's in the right, who's racist, who's really the Klansman, and who really has, and who really don't have your bad intents at heart, and who really, don't deserve to be branded with these terms. We're gonna discern who that is by continuing to get to the very bottom of everything without emotional responses. Discerning with the discernment of God. Using that from back, from all the times in the Bible, and from all the times since the beginning of time. This is how, from counsel. This is where the law comes from. The law comes from God, from spiritual law. You're going to go into a spiritual court of law when you die. This is how God is going to discern these things. Law comes from him. So, that's where, and that's the problem. Like, the racism and all of that comes all the way. What I'm understanding is it comes all the way to law enforcement. That's where it's at right now. The courts, it's not just the police, really. It's the courthouses and the law itself, the laws and system. The system, and is the problem with racism and things like that. The courts, the jails, the laws. Now there is some type of disconnect, a huge disconnect there with between color lines. That's true. That's where it's at. Now just the group of KKK Klansmen who over there are in a basement, talking about right. Look, they free to practice that. To be real with you, but they free to practice white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you free to practice black supremacy. With these IS, with all these groups. You know what I'm saying? That's just the case. And I'm not like, as long as you're not enacting harm on people, because I think, let's just be real. in white people with a brain, they don't associate themselves with roaring Klansmen, with maniacs. You know, they smart enough now. We have enough knowledge now. We've came far enough now to know, what's really real. Like even Hitler, knew that the black people were the real Jews. So we have too much knowledge to just go back to go back that far. Really. And like I said, white people don't want to associate themselves with Neanderthal ways of thinking. So we don't have to worry about that group of people. It's not there. It's no one's being lynched. Like black folks not doing, but actually some black people want to do public lynchings of white folks, want to get cops fired and not even having the full information, slandering people's name and not having the full information. And I don't respect that on either side. You understand me? So we got to stop that. But I'm going to end this video, man. Sean Reed did not have to lose his life, but, trying to keep up and with these this rap lifestyle, that's basically what it is. That's called the culture, the lifestyle of the culture, of black culture. You gotta have the money, you gotta have the whip, the chains, and then you heard, nigga, I gotta bring it on Max Payne. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They get a nigga Max Payne. That's what you heard before you die. You gotta tell God, what I'm saying? Explain to him why you there early at your early age. You understand me? When he said it himself, when the cops, I'm gonna keep paying attention to this, but when the cops found what was in the car and he had a gun on him and whatever, how much drugs he was in the car, enough for him to run for, it was ridiculous, man. They had it was a field day for them. But I'm finna end this video, man. Once again, it's sad for his family, but we have to learn from these situations. But even in his family, you can't defend these. Like I seen his father. That's another thing. We can't defend these, just because they're our family members, man. And we can't lie and be disingenuous just because they're our family members. That's asinine to our cause. Like it actually hurts. It hurts the cause. It's detrimental to the cause. We should be. We shouldn't do, like, I wouldn't defend my family member if they were raping old ladies. You understand me? Like, come on, let's stop it. We ain't gonna be like, oh man, they were the greatest. Come on. But I want to end this video, like I say, I want to end this with a scripture though, because this is thus saith the Lord. This is Isaiah chapter 31. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Doesn't that sound familiar? Kind of sound like America, huh? Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. God is saying that he's wise and will bring evil. God himself said he will bring evil to evildoers. God said he will bring evil to evildoers, and even against the help of them that work iniquity. That's helping those who is, helping those people who are helping those do evil, like those people who are with the homosexuals, or those people who are with the drug dealers, or those people who are helping Hollywood molest kids. God is not only visiting the evil himself on those people, the evildoers who are doing it, but those who are helping. All right, man, with that being said, it's your man Nico B. Black Effect. gone.